Hello all the crazy people out there, my name is Dragonite, welcome back... Me too, Link. Alright, welcome back to The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. Last time, I only did a little bit of complaining about controls, which is an improvement from the previous video. We wandered around Windfall Island, we got on some people's nerves, we played Battleship and lost a couple of times, and today we are going to continue exploring Windfall Island, or Windset Island, or Windmill Island. Win something island. That's as good as it's gonna get. So let's go in here and see what anyone in here has to say. We are looking for a sail. I have not found anyone with a sail yet. This is a fairly fancy looking. Oh, this is Rich Guy's house. Do you have anything up here I can break? So another thing that we did last time around is we broke a lot of this guy's pottery, and we raised his blood pressure a little bit. I wonder if a boy like you will do. It's difficult to tell. Yes, difficult. You see, my one and only daughter, Milo, was taken away from me to a frightening place called the Forsaken Fortress. That's a lot of F-related alliterations. I have asked many to rescue her, but it seems to be a difficult voyage to that cursed place. Oh, my sweet Milo. Oh, to see my sweet Milo again, my precious little daughter. I worry so over her welfare. I can't recall the last time I slept more than a wink. I sincerely wonder about the wisdom of asking a boy like you to do this. But what would lend a hand to... But would you lend a hand to help rescue my precious daughter? So you're the second NPC who's asked me to do something like this. You're a brave boy to take on this task. I assure you, if you do rescue her, I will pay you as much money as it takes. I'll give you my entire fortune for her safety. Will you let me break your pottery? If you do that, we might have a deal. So, I can't remember exactly how many other NPCs were stuck in that jail cell in the fortress. There was the other old guy at the beginning of town who also asked me basically the same thing. And, obviously there is Errol, my actual sister, who I, Okay, this is really weird. This specific, like, entranceway to this guy's house reminds me a lot of the entranceway to Arentino's house in Windhelm and Skyrim, where you go to start the Dark Brotherhood stuff. Like, just the way that you have to, like, climb up some stairs and then go down, like, a hallway into some decorated rich guy's house just makes me think of that. Anyway, where are we going? So, let's go and, if I can find another NPC who wants me to rescue their kid or whatever, I'll go and do that. And then I'm sure at some point in the game we will return there. And we will be doing more of that. But, alright, I've gone in a circle. I don't know how much there is left of town. I've been up there. I've been in there. I think I've been up that ladder. Let's see. I still haven't found... Oh, I haven't been down here yet in this this shop over here. I still haven't found anyone who will do anything that sounds like giving me a sale. I can't believe she's a school teacher. Oh, is this the gossip corner? Rumor has it she has mountains of tacky pendants and earrings. It's as if she loves nothing in the world more than jewelry. Alright, this is definitely the gossip corner. Now, just what are you doing? Were you listening to us, you scamp? You listen, young man. I haven't seen you around, so I'm guessing you're new to Windfall. But don't you know it's bad to eavesdrop on conversations meant only for adult ears? We're discussing very, very important topics that kids wouldn't understand. You're far too young to be listening to us, young man, so shoo! Alright, I'll leave you to discuss, like, taxes and how to repair your car and whatever. My dear fellow, I can't have you trying to come in... Oh, you're telling me that I have to go talk around the front. Alright. My story is a strange one. I came across cursed seas from a land far away, a land where blizzards blow violently, heading for this town called Windhelm. Dear me, my ship was torn apart by vicious winds, and the island is where I washed up ashore. There was one other person with me. Yes, there was. Alright, your ship was torn apart. Is that the one that was, like, stuck to the roof of the Forsaken Fortress or something? Because I did wonder how that got there. But I dare say he was immediately arrested based on his somewhat suspicious looks and thrown right into jail. Yes, just locked up somewhere on this island. Alright. Tingle, what did you do this time? Needless to say, I'm really worried about him. Would you be so kind as to help free him from captivity? Indeed, it would be appreciated. Alright, so that's turning into a full-on side quest. I see there's a safe back there. Can I, like, break into your safe? That would be cool. Alright. Up here we have another NPC on a bench. People from all over the world seem to gather here on Windhelm... Now that I've mentioned the Dark Brotherhood thing, that's gonna be so hard to stop saying. Gather here on Windfall Island, all hoping to become successful merchants. I suppose you could say that this is the island where people and money come together, but you know what? Money is important, sure, but don't you think people need to open their hearts a little more than their wallets? I've been kicking around this crazy world for a long time, and I've learned to stop and sniff the flowers along the way. Alright, you and me both, buddy. So let's go. We'll go and, I don't know, see if we can find a way to bust Tingle out of jail or something like that. I wasn't super excited about doing that at first, but it seems like the game is definitely trying to hint at me that that is something that maybe I should think about doing. So we'll see what we can do. Welcome! Oh my, you're a very small customer, aren't you? Well, that's fine, of course. You just feel free to have a look around. Finally, someone who just introduces the shop in a normal way without making drama. Lately, I've been hearing that monsters from the Forsaken Fortress have been going around kidnapping girls with long ears. Rude. I can't believe it. After all, 2 girls from Windfall have already been kidnapped. Poor Maggie and Mila. Just breaks my heart to hear about those 2. So those are the only 2 from around here, I guess. I don't know if there's going to be more from anywhere else. Both their fathers are desperate to find anyone who can rescue the poor little girls. What kind of world has this become? So much fear and suffering. Alright, so I take it this is a bar or something like that, because I see tables, I see a guy presumably drinking from that big tall flagon over there, and you are not selling me anything, and I'm not sure how to take that. Oh, alright, are you the barman? Are you gonna, like, tell me the rumors? When night falls around here, this place fills up with all these sour, swarthy sailors. In fact, there's this little boat called a shop ship. Try saying that 5 times fast. That shows up at night and cruises around the island selling things. I'm not sure what the story is with that. That was the guy who was back at home, right? Anyway, I guess what I'm trying to tell you here is that this town has 2 faces. The nice, pretty one that you see during the day and the dark, shady one that you see at night. But I suppose it's too heavy a concept for a youngster like yourself, huh? Alright, so we've got a little Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde mechanic here. Alright, so you don't have anything else to say. That's just the, That's the day-night thing. Alright, so there was the one NPC on the hill who told me that I could do a dance and change day to night and night to day, whatever. Let's see. Yeah, that was you. Is there anywhere else? So this is the rich guy's house. Like, before I go... Alright, so I can kind of go down the back here. It said pick up. What am I picking up? Oh, so there's a pot. I can kind of go down the back here. What do you have to say? You look like a curious boy. Do you know there's an island to the east here called Dragon Roost Island? Yes, that may or may not be that may or may not have been a significant factor in me deciding to finally play this game. Folks say that the island is home of a tribe of people who dance in the skies like birds on the wind. They call themselves the Rito, and they say a sky spirit lives nearby. But to someone like me, a person who's never left this little island, it may well be a fairy tale out of a child's book. Oh, if only I had my own boat. Yeah, we'll be going there eventually. No, I wanted to smash your pots. Alright. We can pick that up. We can not pick that up. Alright, thank you. And I hope I can get out of the water before I, like, fall in and drown. Before that swim meter runs out. It doesn't look like we're too far away from dry land, though, so I think I should be able to just, No? Do I need to, like, can I go under the dock? I cannot go under the dock. Alright, now I'm a little worried. There we go, alright. That was almost trouble. So, there's another pot hidden back here. I actually don't know, like, where I have to go to actually get my sail. I assume it's not the sail, the ship shop or whatever it was called. Very difficult alliteration right there. So, I don't know, maybe, is it the ship shop? Do I have to do the guy's side quest that lets me change day to night and then wait for that guy to come by and then, I don't know, hope I have enough money or something like that? Firstly, let's deal with this guy. I'm kind of curious if... Oh, I see. So that is hiding a button, which is just going to open the door, because we don't believe in locks around here. Thank you so very much. Here's Tingle's heartfelt gift of thanks. Tingle, Tingle, I really do not want any part of your Tingle, Tingle. Oompa Loompa, become an item. Tingle bottle. Using Miiverse, you can insert a message you've written and send it out to sea for someone unknown to receive. Alright, so I have a feeling that mechanic is not going to work anymore because Miiverse shut down a couple of years ago. Heart's beating is one. Just don't write anything unpleasant, okay? Not that I have to remind you, Mr. Fairy. Splendid. Tingle is now returning to his own special island. Will you come find him? No, I will not be coming find you. I was forgetting something important. Oh, Mr. Fairy, you want to come to my island, don't you? Don't you? Don't you? Tingle's chart. What kind of chart could it be? Head out to sea, then check your chart on the map screen to find out. Alright. How about we don't and say we did? If you ever need help with your charts, just leave it to Tingle. Don't ever forget it. So, are you done now? Alright. Oh, for God's sake. And if you'd like to give your Tingle bottles this little extra oomph that all Tingles crave, you should check out the back of his cell. Check it right out. We will never speak of this again. So, alright, what is on the gamepad? So it's telling me that I can send messages on Miiverse. There's some Miiverse related settings here. I see it specifically. It gives me the option to disable messages with spoilers, so I guess we'll be doing that. Yeah, there's really nothing else. Alright. Yeah, so we've got items, we've got map, we've got bottles on the bottom screen. There's space for one more menu item. I don't know what that's going to be. If that's going to be something later. I can... Alright, so I don't actually have to... So you can't see this, but if I hit Tingle's chart on the map screen, it looks like it was drawn in crayon. Very inexpertly. Alright, so that is at least kind of funny. But anyway, so we are now on I do see that there's a there's a 7x7 grid representing the map, and we have things such as, I believe that's the Forsaken Fortress. We have Outset Island, which is home. We've got Windfall Island is kind of in the middle here. Really want to find my my Wii U Pro Controller, so I don't have to do this gamepad thing. Alright, I almost forgot. So, the thing that one of the things that we came in here for is if I can find the Picto box. Where might that be? I can pick up the chair and throw it. I wondered for a moment if I could just set the chair down nicely, if I would be able to, like, stand up on top of something, but it doesn't look like... what would be the easiest way? Let me go this way, because I think I can't really push it that far in that direction. Really? I'm stuck? Oh, we can climb over it. I was wondering if there's going to be, like, a high shelf or something that I could climb up on the chair with, but instead there's this box, and we can go and crawl underneath it and see where this comes out. Oh, there's choices now. I have a feeling that if I'm not careful where I go, I'm gonna, like, end up back where I started. Oh man, this is an actual maze. Is there any way that I could, like, leave and start over and, like, actually, like, draw a map? Alright, so that's convenient. Let me find me some graph paper. I know I've got some somewhere. Here. Oh, look, this is the one that I was using when I was trying to, like, map out Crossbone Isle or whatever in Golden Sun Dark Dawn. I see it's got some notation on it, but I'm gonna go and find myself a pencil. And so if I mark down the start. Oh, excuse me? Rude. Alright. Well, it's a good thing that it's a good thing that I'm drawing this. I'm drawing a diagram of this, because I know not to go that way. Let's try this again. So I had the thought at some point that, like, is there going to be a room with, like, monsters that I have to fight or something if I go the wrong way? But let's see, if I go this way, so I turned, oh, I actually see on the ground there's something down, there's part of the trapdoor down there, so we'll avoid that. If I turn right this time instead, oh look, money. So there's money up here, which I will take. And we have a couple of directions. See, can I go straight? I see another, what looks like another trapdoor this way. All right, so don't go there either. So that is indeed, when I see one of those, when I see something a little bit out of the ordinary on the ground, we'll want to avoid that. So in some ways, oh, okay, more money. Some ways it does seem funny that, like, this here doesn't seem to bother me quite as much as the backtracking in the Forsaken Fortress did. All right, so this is where I fell the last time, so let's not go there. I think I went in a circle. It helps that the backtracking here only takes, like, the backtracking isn't very much compared to the Forsaken Fortress, where if you got caught and thrown in the jail cell, it would be like 5 minutes before you got back to. All right, so I see another trap over there, so we'll not be going that way. I will take that money. I think we are going in a circle, and we seem to have emerged in a place of interest. Is this like a pirate's treasure room or something like that? So I can pick up these skulls, I can just toss them around. Can I open this? Is there a pick-up box in here? Thank you very much, and that is indeed basically a camera. So, it can record up to 12 pictographs. Alright, so that's going to be another one of those items, and if I assign that... Oh, there's a bunch of... Like, there's a bunch of, items down here that I can examine now. Alright, can I pick that up and just stick that on X or something? Very good. So... I'm wondering, I did find a couple of blue rupees when I was in there, and if I were to try and, like, explore the rest of this network, would I be able to find any more? I think this way... You know what? Let me just take a quick escape. I'm not that interested in finding more rupees, and I don't want to spend forever in here, so we'll just do this, and we will reset our position to the beginning of Windhelm Island, and we will see. If I hit X, you know what? Can I find a place with a cool looking view? Can I stand here and take a picture of the Ferris wheel or something? So this is also going to be controlled with, zoom out a little bit. This is also going to be controlled with, like, the gyroscopic Wii U gamepad controls. That's not my favorite. I feel like there's got to be a better view. I feel like there's got to be a better view, somewhere where I can take a nice picture. So I'll look around. I'll try to take one on the island, and then we'll carry on. Alright, this doesn't look terrible. I feel like even with zoom all the way out, it's a little more zoomed in than I'd really like. Alright, there. Oh, can I not get the entire windmill in frame? This thing doesn't have a very wide lens here. What if I stand here? And now the tree is in the way. Perfect. What if I stood somewhere where the tree wasn't in the way? There we go. Alright. Looks like a very giant wooden CPU fan just hanging off the side of the building. Yeah, let's save that one. And if I go, where did it say that I could look at my pictures? I think it said hit R, but like the right trigger does its own thing, and the R button itself isn't mapped to an item, so I don't know exactly how I view my pictures. Anyway, whatever. Where exactly was the guy who was selling the pictograph? Because I can return it to him. I think it was next to the rich guy. I see another jar in that, another vase in that bush. No, you're the potion guy. Can I fill up the tingle bottle with potion, by the way? I don't think so. Alright, so the tingle bottle does not count as a bottle that I can put potions in. Alright. Let me go... No money from that one? Well, let me go find the photography guy. I haven't been in here yet. This looks like a school teacher. I heard some people complaining about you outside in this. Miss Marie's School of Joy. I don't think I've ever seen your face around here before, my young scholar. Are you a new pupil? What can I do for you? I know I may look a bit flashy for a teacher, but I assure you I am one. How long has it been since I opened my school here on Windfall Island? 20 years? Ever since then, I've been teaching the children of the island about true joy. But I do have a rather joyless problem. There's this delinquent gang of 4 young boys who never listen to a word I say. Even though I wait patiently for these boys to show up, they never come. It's as if they just don't want joy in their hearts. Could you please catch the leader, their little boy named Ivan, and talk some sense into him for me? Okay. I do not know how difficult this will be. Let's see. Let me actually put down that map that I made of the tunnels underground, because that would, don't think I need that anymore. First, though, let me find the photography guy. Okay, it's you. You're right next door to the school. I do remember your yellow hat and yellow coat and whatever. I must say, you seem to be in possession of a very fine pictobox there. Are you a lover of pictographs as well? There can be no villains amongst the ranks of pictobox lovers, except for the guy who stole yours. Take your time, look around, I implore you, and while you're here, please do visit my upstairs pictograph gallery. You're bound to find it quite exciting, young sir, I guarantee it. Alright, so... no resolution to that side quest. But I guess that's the end of it. If I go upstairs, what am I gonna see? Do I get to like submit my own? Oh, that's some interesting close-ups over there. Hey, that's the island where I came from. Oh ho ho, are those some finely snapped pictographs, you must admit it. I do like the one of Outset Island, if I do say so. But come now, you needn't be so surprised, my young sir. It's a hobby of mine to sneak up behind people when they least expect it. It's quite an amusing diversion. Think nothing of it. By the way, the pictographs you see decorating these fine walls have all been taken by none other than myself. They are my pride and joy. You see, in my younger days, I was tireless sailing far and wide across the great sea, snapping pictographs wherever I went. Have a look at them, young sir. Alright, so that... I don't know if that's one that I've seen yet. That is a tower which I've definitely not seen. I saw a strange platform rising up out of the seas, seeming to claw at the sky. It makes for an even stranger silhouette. I have seen some strange silhouettes. I wonder if such things still remain out there on the high seas, lonely on the waves. Ah, if I only had the chance, I would love to see these things once again. What is this? Tiny rock islet resting far out in the seas southeast of here. Isn't it nice? Alright. There was a very dignified butler standing before the door, and I snapped his pictograph without even thinking. That aside, I am certain this is someone's private cabana. Yeah, it does kind of look like that, doesn't it? Do I want to go and ask for an explanation on all these? These look like something that we're about to smack you around a bit. Choo-choos. Alright. Not going to go and investigate every one of these. The Forsaken Fortress. Alright, so we've been there. What about... Just this one. I don't know when you came by my hometown. An isle I once visited. Yeah, Outset Isle. Definitely, I definitely know that one. And lastly, this looks like a pirate ship or something. My lifeboat was destroyed. Clinging to the wreckage, I drifted off the whims of the waves. That's when I saw this monstrosity. Alright, the ghost ship. That sounds like a place that I'm going to want to remember. I've heard tell of a man who researched the reaches of the sea where the ghost ship faded in and out of sight, and then he drew a map of its movements. Interesting. All right, that definitely sounds side questy. It is said that as soon as the man had finished drawing the lines of the cursed map, he died a most unexpected death. Chilling, truly chilling. Now, if only one were able to find that map, then it might be possible to sneak onto the ghost ship and get the treasure that is said to lurk within its hull. All right, that's a job for another day. So, I've been recording for a while, and I still don't have a sail, and I kind of want to find a sail before I end this off. The only lead I have on the sail is that I need to find a guy with like a big coat. And I sort of got the impression that maybe I would have more luck at night. But to do that, I'm gonna need to do the side quest where I like find the dance moves or whatever and can change the time of day. So that might turn into a whole thing. So I think for now I'm gonna end this off here. Next time, I'm going to actually try and find out how to advance the story. I don't know if talking to the talking dragon ship down there will be of any assistance. That does look like a cool silhouette. Can I, like... That doesn't look like any of the ones in the pictures, but I'm sure we'll be going there eventually. Yeah. Side quests. My name is Dragonite. This has been The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. Next time, hopefully we'll be making story progress, not entirely sure. You should all go check out Wizarducks and the Lost Hat, which is one of the games that I like to work on when I'm not doing YouTube stuff. Link to the Steam page can be found down below. I hope you all enjoyed that, and I will see you all later.